my name's James Polson. I'm 51 years of age and I started to lose my hearing when I was about 19 and I got a cochlear implant when I was 40 in 2006.
My name's Julie Nichol. I'm 48 years of age. I've been deaf all my life and worn hearing aids all my life. Up until last year, on the 16th of December, I had my first cochlear implant in my right ear.
My name's Tyler Ferris and I'm 14 years old. I had my first cochlear when I was 2 years old and my second one when I was 5 years old. My biggest struggle was probably when I was in primary school. I got bullied a lot for my cochlears and I didn't like that, and I struggled hearing people in crowded spaces.
I'm not deaf now because I've been here, but when I had no hearing, there was definitely a lot of setbacks. I couldn't answer the phone, I couldn't talk to people in front of me, I couldn't have a conversation. But now that I've got the cochlear, everything's so much more clearer, louder, and the hearing aid as well. I don't know, I don't think I've had huge setbacks.
After getting the cochlear, it was great. It was like I should have done it years before, but it was a huge change in my life.
Look, I'd say yes, I would choose not to be deaf because, I hated wearing hearing aids. I always wear my hair down. I hated how people used to look at me and talk to me and say, hi, how are you? All those things I had to deal with growing up.
Sometimes I prefer to not be deaf and sometimes I don't, but with the technology getting better, it doesn't really matter. So I do not really care if I prefer to be deaf or not.
I wouldn't be me if I wasn't deaf. I wouldn't be the person I am, and I think I would have been a totally different sort of person, and I'm proud of who I am, and as I get older, I'm actually quite privileged to be deaf in a way, I think.
There's things I'm supposed to hear, so it sort of restricted me a little bit in some of the things I've been probably able to advance in, but overall it's been okay. Yeah, it changed, like heaps. Yeah, just being able to hear things you hadn't heard for so long, like I said, like hearing the birds sing and even little things. I remember when I got my cochlear and I got in the car and I put like the indicator on in the car and I was like, what's that noise? And then I actually just pulled over and sat there on the side of the road, on the punt road with the indicator on for a few minutes and kept on playing with it like a little kid. And I was like, because I hadn't heard it for like 20 years, probably longer. So it's been a huge impact on my life. Yeah.
Hearing sounds I've never heard before, like birds chirping, the indicator in the car going. I've never heard that before. Glass with ice in the glass, I can hear it clanging. Just little things that I've never noticed, clicking of the mouse when you play it on the computer, and all these high frequencies that I've never heard before. That was a light bulb moment for me. I love that, and I still get it now.
My active life hasn't really affected me except for like swimming wise, because I can't hear people when I swim most of the time, but with the technology of cochlears, I have been using waterproof cochlears.
I think accepting it within yourself was like, was always this denial of like, I'm not deaf.
But I would be happy if I wasn't deaf, and that would have a lot of opportunities and be easier for me.
I was disappointed because, as I said, I've had hearing all my life, and when I lost all my hearing last year, it was just blank. I could hear nothing, and I had heard all these stories. The cochlear is amazing, and so when I had the operation, which was quite full on actually, I didn't expect it to be that debilitating. But once they turned it on, I was like those videos that you watch with these newborn babies and smile, or people think, wow, I can hear. For me, it was weird because all I heard was beep, 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 beep. It was just beeping and beeping. I'm going, what's that beeping mean? Like, I couldn't understand. And for 2 weeks, I had to wear the cochlear with beep, 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 beep every time someone talked. And then the reason for that is that the brain has to train itself to learn a new language, basically. So every beep was every sound, and it was an incredible experience.
They're pretty much wireless headphones, so I can hear music and watch videos without having to have any headphones. They go straight to my cochlears, and that's pretty old.
I didn't realise how much they shave my hair And it's grown back now because it's been like, just over 6 months. That's the cochlear in here, which is the same colour as my hair, of course. But I had it all, it was all sort of shaved all down along that line there. And then there's a scar, you probably can't see it, but just a scar just along that along the ear, along there. Put that on. And you don't even notice it, it's there, do you? Nice colour coordinated. There we go.
In general, yeah, it's made, everything a lot better.
Lately I'm in the Australian Dingoes team, so I'm leaving in a couple of days to go to America and represent Australia for the Under-21 Deaf Basketball Championships in America. Yeah, so I'm pretty keen to go to that.
But I'm just glad that I had the option to have that cochlear, because there's no way that I could have survived on one hearing aid and being deaf in that ear. It was just bad enough. My children used to, and my husband and my family and my friends, I couldn't socialise, I couldn't see anyone, I couldn't chat in a conversation. It was really, really hard, so I'm just glad that I got it when I could, yeah.
Hi, I'm Julie and I'm Tyler's mum.
Hi, I'm Tori and I'm Tyler's sister.
My name is Luba and I'm Julie's mother. Well, she was 3 before we knew that she had hearing problems. Until then, she was just a gorgeous baby. But by the time she was almost 3 and she wasn't speaking, it became a worry.
It's just the not knowing, and wondering if he's going to be okay. But then there's the other side saying, yeah, he's going to be okay. He is going to be fine.
Well, no parent wants to be told that there's something wrong with their child, so of course it's a shock, and of course you go through a period of grief and pain and you cry a bit, and then that has to pass. So the next step was of course to say, well, yes, there's something the matter. She's not normal as such, but she's going to be a normal person who doesn't hear as well.
It's weird, 14 years later, how it can still affect you. You think it doesn't, but it does. And at the time, you think your whole world has changed. And I just remember walking back to the car, calling my husband, and I just said, he's deaf. He's completely deaf. And I was blown away. I was just, the emotions that you feel, the guilt that you feel.
But then, of course, a child with special needs has to have more attention. And the first step was that she had to be normal, as I said. And so when she said to me one time, why am I deaf and I don't want to be deaf, my response was simply, well, you are, tough luck.
I remember looking at him in his cot one day, and I just looked at him and I said to myself, there's something special about you. I don't know what it is, but there's something special.
One of my favourite stories of Tyler was, I think it was just after Mum's 40th birthday, and we were in the car and we had one of those metal microwaves, right?
No, it was a pie warmer.
Oh, same thing. And it's right in the middle of us, and I remember just driving to school, and then I hear Tyler being like, Mum, and she's like, what's going on? And he's like, I'm stuck to the microwave. And she's like, what? And I was like, Tyler, what have you done? And he's literally got his head stuck to the microwave because it's both metal. And
so the magnet was stuck to the pie warmer.
Yeah.
So it was stuck to this pie warmer in the back of the car. We were taking it back after the thing. That was funny.